Hi guys, here's another short video in the How Do I Do Things series, and this is how to change a colour in an image or a photograph, particularly using the Develop Studio in Affinity Photo and on the iPad, although it works the same on the desktop. So let's have a look. It's very short. Open up the image. So let's begin. I'll be using a stock image from 123RF for this tutorial. You can find other stock photos of people from Envato Elements, for example, or even in the stock studio on Affinity Photo. See the links in the description if you're not too sure where to go. For this how-to, it helps if you choose a stock image where the model has edges that you can see clearly. It's also an added bonus if the background is not too distracting. Now, I haven't observed those rules here, as you can see, but that's alright because what we're going to do is really interesting. It's a use you may not have thought of before. This image is from my own collection from 123RF. As you can see, I'm ignoring my own advice and using a rather dark background. Now, the base image, a gorgeous model with really black hair and makeup. But we're going to change her hair colour. What you say? Sure, it's easy. So let's go. And you can see on the layers panel, there's the image. Nice and locked as they should be. That stops you altering your master copy. First, select the selections persona. That's the one next to the main photo persona. Just tap on the selections persona. Now, next, select the Smart Selection Brush tool. And you can see it's highlighted there. And set the width of the brush, in this instance, to about 25 pixels. You don't want to splatter the whole screen. So 25 pixels is a nice working image, a working size brush if you like, in this one, in this case. Now we're only selecting the hair, and here you can see the marching ants of the selected area. I've carefully brushed around there, adding and subtracting. See down the bottom in the context toolbar, it's set to subtract at the moment. That's because I overstepped the boundaries and accidentally painted on her face a little bit, so I had to subtract it. Now next we need to make this a separate layer, because it's at the moment it's still sitting on top of the original image. So we do this with the Refine Studio. Now be careful here, this is not the Refine Studio on the context toolbar. We're going to make this non-destructive, so we will easily create a layer of the selected area only. So select Refine from the left side toolbar. Do not use Refine from the context toolbar. Use the one on the left there. It's the lowest item in that toolbar. Your screen will turn red and you can try and refine areas that you may have missed. Now you know how to do that by painting the edges. Just put a little stroke on it and let it fix itself till you've got a nice clean hairline all around there. Now go to the context toolbar and select New Layer. And you can see the little arrow there pointing at that section. And if you scroll through that, you'll find New Layer. Once you've got New Layer selected, then select Apply. Tap Apply in the context toolbar. Now we have our selection on a new layer all on its own. It turns off the main layer and just leaves your selected layer evident on the screen. You can turn it back on again in a moment. And I've got the image there so it's not showing all the tools on the right and left hand side, just at the top. All we want at the moment is that image, and now that's the part you selected, and it's a bit rough, but I'm sure you'll spend a bit of time making it look really nice. Now we can recolor it. Give the model a new colour with the Develop Studio, not the Colour Studio. Let's use Develop. It's quite powerful, and it doesn't have to be a photo that you're actually working on. Let's start by lightening the model's hair. Now I've made quite a few changes, as you can see in the Develop Studio, right down to the white balance section. That's as far as I went, and that's not turned on. All we've done so far is bring out the detail, and you can see that I've got the exposure set to 4, the black point set to -6, increase the brightness to about 5%, and the enhance, I've got contrast, clarity, saturation and vibrance all altered slightly just to bring up the hair tones, and you can see that there. Now let's do some more colour. Next, move down slightly in that toolbar on the right hand side, and you can see the controls for saturation and shadows and highlights. So turn those both on and adjust those to your liking. Now you can see the hair colour has changed to, well, a vaguely auburn colour. And tap Develop in the context toolbar. Once you're happy with what you've done, in the context toolbar at the bottom, tap Develop. Nothing will fix in place. If you go off that screen, you'll lose all your settings. So if you want to keep them, tap Develop, and there it goes. Finally, you have the area coloured. Now doesn't that look nice? Well, and it's got some really orangey highlights around the edge. But wait, can you see what's missing? What needs to be done? You can see that there, surely. I won't spoil the party. You'll figure it out. Now this needs a lot of refinement, obviously, but I wanted to leave something for you to mull over. Remember, this is not just about colouring, changing the colours of things, but you do it exactly the same way with any colour you want to change. And you can use the Colour Studio, but that's another story. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it when you do subscribe. Leave comments. Find me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, all of the usual places. And don't forget, click on the thumbs up to like the video. The thumbs up is not just to suggest that you like the video, and I hope you do. It also helps me count the number of people who actually like the video. Thanks for watching.